Alright, so why don't you tell us your name and then the goal that you're seeking to accomplish?
So, my name is Chris Horton, and I'm looking to run the Boston Marathon this year.
You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You gotta touch, you have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream. The dream.
Boston Marathon, so they're doing a little documentary for their class for it.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's in a couple months.
Alright, bet.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Thanks, man.
So, I decided to run the Boston Marathon for a number of reasons. One, because of my own fitness goals and my own journey that I've been going through, as well as some friends of mine were also planning on running the marathon for a certain cause, the Heron Project, where that's a cause where it's actually started by Chris Horton. And if you don't know who he is, he's a basketball player. He was on the Celtics for a long time. And he eventually left due to his own drug-related issues, where he struggled with drug addiction. And he went on to start this foundation to help people through their own drug addiction and problems that they go through. And Chris Horton is actually someone very inspirational to my life, where he actually even came to my high school to talk about his foundation and his story and everything like that. So when I found out about this opportunity to not only show how far I've come in my own fitness journey, where I used to weigh 240 pounds and now I weigh 175, but also on top of that, proving it to myself that I can do this, I can support a hero of mine and be able to do some good for a really good cause. Because even with drug addiction, I haven't had any personal issues with drug addiction, but I've actually had an aunt that died of a drug overdose when I was very young. And so this is just something really cool to be able to do. I've always wanted to run the Boston Marathon since I came to school in Boston 4.5 years ago. I always thought it was such a cool idea. I was big on running, and then after my freshman year at Suffolk, I got a stress fracture in my leg, and I gained a lot of weight and stuff, and I didn't run as much, and then I eventually quit track my sophomore year because of it. And I got very overweight my junior year, and then throughout last year to this year, I've been on this fitness journey where I've been really trying to cut down. I've gone from weighing 240 pounds down to 175 pounds now, and I think I'm finally at a point where I'm ready to really attempt that marathon that I've always wanted to do. So for the Heron Project, because of all the good they do, what I'm trying to do is raise $10,000 to all go towards them, which would help with many different people being able to get rehabilitative services, to be able to help them get clean and to help progress in life. Honestly, the biggest thing for this marathon is for me. When it comes to everything I've been doing this year about working on losing weight, going from weighing 240 pounds to 175, the biggest thing is I want to be able to do this for me and know that I can do this. Because this is something I've always wanted to do throughout, being in school and being in Boston and stuff. It's like a dream of mine to be able to do something like this. And I'm thrilled I'm doing this for a good cause to be able to raise all this money for it. But ultimately, if I'm trying to think about what's going to get me through that finish line, it's going to be me conquering this and celebrating afterwards that I crossing this thing off my bucket list. Honestly, timing is a big issue that I have because right now, as you mentioned, I just graduated a couple months ago, and I'm working at a restaurant in downtown because they have a very flexible schedule there, so it's easy for me to get time on, time off on different days and stuff. But the main reason for that is not for the marathon training. It's because I have my own oyster farm down on Cape Cod, where I have 600 cages, about 175,000 oysters out on the water, and that takes up a lot of my time too, where I have to constantly be driving almost 2 hours to get down to the farm from here. So for the oyster farm, right now, getting into the springtime, this is getting into our busy season, where the oysters it's getting warmer out, so the oysters start to grow a little bit more. We have to go out there and tend to them. Anything that'll grow inside these bags that we keep the oysters in, we have to get rid of them, like mussels and stuff. It'll kill them, and all these little things. Get seaweed away to have good water flow, and just a little bit of maintenance that I have to do every week. Where I have to come out there maybe twice a week. And then on top of that, this is our first year going into market, where we're going to be producing somewhere between $50,000 and $60,000. I mean, 50 to 60,000 oysters to distribute.
Help you with what?
Honestly, spending all my time over here makes it real tough for training for the marathon. Just because I'm constantly working over here, and then, for instance, like this week, I only have 2 days off where I'm not working, and on those 2 days off, it's gonna be pouring rain, and I gotta go out and work on the oyster farm down in Eastham. So it's a little bit tough, but at least over here at the serving job, I can get my steps in. I end up walking around, running from table to table. I end up doing like 10 miles every night.
So I think Horton absolutely will accomplish his goals. I think he'll totally finish the marathon. I mean, he is mixing in McDonald's between training sessions, which could be problematic, and I know he's having his fair share of booze on the side, but I mean, he's built for it. He goes out there, he plays basketball when it's nice out, his cardio's up, he ran a bunch in high school, and he has a good spirit about him too, so he's not someone who's going to quit. He's just going to push through it no matter what. It was funny how he decided to do it. One of our employees, Stephanie, she's running it. She's been training like crazy, and there was an opening for the group that's fundraising it, and she mentioned it to Chris, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, I'll run the marathon." Like, put no thought into it. He just said, "Yeah, I can run the marathon." So I believe him.
Right now, since we're getting a little bit closer to the marathon, the coaches I've been talking to, they've been telling me to focus more on strength training than versus the actual running aspect things. Because I've been working on my running this entire time, but now I got to try to keep my legs fresh, get ready. Since the marathon is about 2 weeks away today, I believe.
But I mean, I do give him some crap here and there, talking about how his midnight McDonald's might not help when it comes to running the marathon, but some people have to get their fuel one way or another, so I respect it. But I think he'll be able to run the marathon pretty well. He's been training very hard for it, so I'm excited to see what he can do in a couple weeks.
That, I'm done with it. I'm very eager to run this thing, and I'm super confident that I'm going to finish this thing. At this point in my training, I'm training to win this thing.
The fuck's wrong with you?
Dude, I rolled my ankle the other day when I was running down the Charles. It's fucked up.
Don't be a pussy, dude. It's not that bad.
Dude, the marathon is like a couple weeks away. and I'm afraid I didn't get enough training in. This is gonna hurt me for training. It's stressful, dude. I still haven't even met my goal yet for the fundraising.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then on top of everything else, how am I supposed to go to work? I can barely walk from my room to the kitchen. How am I supposed to go from table to table? You know?
Look, man, like, I don't really give a fuck what you do. I'm just saying your health is more important than running like a fucking marathon. I'm just saying.
Dude, I don't have any other choice. I got people depending on me for this, you know? People donate money to see me finish this thing, and they're gonna be waiting for me at that finish line.
Alright, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go lie down.
My life be like, ooh, yeah, ooh. My life be like, ooh, yeah, ooh. My life be like, my life be like times like these that make me say, yeah, Lord, if you see me, please come my way. Like leaving breadcrumbs all when I stray. Yeah, well, I'm sacrificing the price you pay. Like living like a fairy tale. Sometimes I fall, I slip. Yeah, I'm more feelings I be more like you. Yeah, not to put your fire with the things I do.
I mean, like, he's just a legend. He's been, like, so focused on charitable events and doing good throughout the school, and, like, it just feels like a culminating event, you know?